If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please consider hitting the like button. It really does help the video out, even if I don't deserve it because I'm terrible at video games. And if you want to follow me on Twitter for absolutely no reason, the link for that is down below. If you do need any coins, head over to u7buystore.com. Use the code TVM at checkout for a discount. The link is in the description. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to another episode of the Brentford Save. Things are going reasonably well. There have been a few minor setbacks, which we will talk about in just a second. I was going to come back for the Chelsea game, decided against it because it didn't really make any sense. So, going to come back for this, which is the draw for the knockout stage. We managed to beat Lask in the last game of the group stage, 8-0. I played the worst team I had at my disposal as well, but the formation I had to play, unfortunately, was the most attacking one we had because of the players that fit the system, and we absolutely smashed them to pieces. And I think we became the first team to win, 18 games. I think it's 18 games in a row in the Champions League. That can't be right. 18 is a lot of games. It's a lot of games anyway. We've set the most consecutive wins record in the Champions League in history. Anyway, the draw for the first knockout stage. We can't draw an English team, so Chelsea, Liverpool and Man City are off limits. And obviously there will be other restrictions as well. Well, then again, it's unseeded teams we play anyway. So the only team we can't draw in the unseeded is Villarreal. There will be some others, like I said. We can't draw certain teams because it won't match up with who is eligible to play who. But, off the cuff, Villarreal are the only team we can't play. Job done. Straight away. Stuttgart. Now, I'm pretty sure... Did we play these? Maybe not last year. Did we play them in the Europa League or did we play them in the conference? Juve will play Leipzig. That is bad news bears for Leipzig. And Dortmund and Real Madrid both left in. Dortmund will play Liverpool and Real Madrid will play Bayern Munich. What a draw that is in the first knockout stage. We have been given... No disrespect to Stuttgart, I'm pretty sure that is one of the easier teams we could have been given. Wolfsburg would have been straightforward because we beat them in the Super Cup, and yeah, I'm very happy with that. I think that's the best draw we could have had. So I believe there was a slight change of plan, or there is a slight change of plan. So we will play West Brom in a second. It is Boxing Day 2025. And I don't think there's ever been a Carabao Cup semi-final on Boxing Day. But anyway, that is by the by. Just drew against Newcastle. I don't want to talk about it. We will then play Southampton. I'm not sure. Southampton are bottom of the league, or bottom half of the league. It's not a big game. But I might as well do those two together, because we're going to come back in a week or so anyway, or 2 weeks, and play Man City and Liverpool. Spurs are in trouble. They are really struggling. 18th in the league, 14 points. Leicester have started to turn things around, which is typical because we play them after Southampton. But before we do anything, there's a draw. If we beat West Brom, which I am fully expecting us to beat, then, of course, we will go into the semi-final of the Carabao, which is the furthest we've been. In fact, I'm pretty sure this is the furthest we've been. We would like... to be honest, as long as I can avoid... Do you know what? I don't care. I do not care. Let's just get it done. I don't care who we draw. But bring it on, whoever it may be. Damn it. So, Watford would have been ideal. But we are going to play either Man United or Man City, which isn't really any surprise to anyone because we normally play these in the third round. We've just been treated with a nice little run, and now in the semi-final, we're likely to play Man United or Man City, but we need to overcome West Brom first. So, a couple of changes in the starting 11 to speak of. The most significant one, I would say, is probably the fact that Brozovic is playing. He's now played like 2 or 3 games in a row, which not ideal. He has signed a transfer that will take him to Benfica. I'll go through the finances after this game. I completely forgot. He requested a transfer. He wanted to go on loan, but Benfica came in for a transfer, and I thought, you know what? Let's just get rid of him, reinvest the money, even if we have to get a loan. Just someone who knows how to defend, who can sit in that deep line playmaker role. I'd be happy with that. De Ligt is 1 yellow card away from a suspension, so I'm going to try and avoid that as much as I can. Milinkovic-Savic just played in the league, so he's going to have a rest. Declan Rice is suspended for this one. Joshua Kimmich is still recovering from a minor injury. He's going to be out for another week or so. And yeah, that's about it. Gallen moaning that he doesn't have enough first-team football. Literally bought as a backup to Barisic, but, you know, whatever. Godfrey has been in the starting 11 as well for the last maybe 5 or 6 games in a row. Still apparently not playing enough. And Rafinha, who plays in nearly every game, is also unhappy with the amount of football that he's getting. Maybe he wants less. I don't know. Let's take... I'll just put Allsop on the bench. Why not? And there we go. We are ready to play. West Brom fans, the squad that your team currently has looks like that. Don't really recognise too many players there in terms of like Kurzawa on the bench. Of course, this is 2025, so we are a good 4 or 5 years into the future from where we start. And yeah, I don't really recognise too many players that are new, and I actually recognise them, if that makes sense. Let's get into the game. This should be theoretically straightforward. So we have a highlight in the 8th minute, which is in and around the time that we like to score, but we've started without the ball here. Willock goes down that right hand side, round Gallen as if he's not even there, hits the inside of the post, beat Livakovic, and it's gone out for a throw. That was close. Can we not let them do that again, please? They've come for this, I think. Wallace on a corner, goes to the back post, everybody misses it. Grant picks it up. Back to Clark. Going to play that through. What a challenge by João Cancelo. Comes out to Styles, though. Gets it back to Grant in the end, who scores near post. And that is going to be awarded. We are 1-0 down, and West Brom have come to play. We haven't woken up yet. I don't think half the players have got off the bus. Here we go again with West Brom on the ball. What is happening? We might have to go into our gung-ho tactic very early on here. Ball played through to Robinson. It's a lovely slide rule ball, and it's defended at the near post by the goalkeeper and cleared by Godfrey. This is absolutely outrageous. This is a championship team. We are top of the Premier League. We are European champions, and we are struggling to create anything. Here comes the movement. Sesko challenged, and he's lost the ball. And West Brom, calm as you like, punted upfield. It's going to come down to Nianzou. Right, can we build from the back and actually create something? I'm not afraid to make first half substitutions. Here's Gallen, goes on a bit of a run, beats 2, loses the ball. Oh my days. We've won it back again. What a strange highlight this is. Nianzou, back to Gallen. Can you not give it away this time? Brozovic plays it back to the keeper. He's had enough. He doesn't want to be here. To be fair, would you play a player who has agreed a transfer to another club? We'll discuss that in a second. Firmino through on goal, and it's a save from Whiteman. First thing he's had to do all game, and okay, it didn't look pretty, but he did it well. It's Highlight City at the moment. I was going to do what I did against Villarreal and just sort of cut it up and come back and forth, but at the moment we are getting highlight after highlight. Wallace brings it back to Styles, it's into Willock, and we are 2-0 down. That's it. Hairdryer is coming out. I've taken Sesko off. He looked anxious anyway, so we might as well just get rid of him. Firmino's gone up top, and I've moved Zaniolo into the centre. Shaqiri is going to be the player that comes on. I trust him, to be honest. I trust him more than anyone. He's an old head, and he has some smarts. I do not trust this team at the moment. They are dodgy. Coming off the back of that defeat at Newcastle, I'm not even going to watch it. Don't even give them the satisfaction. Let's encourage. Let's not. We don't have time. Rafinha, ball played into Godfrey. Oh, he's gone back again. We're on ultra, very attacking, like throw the kitchen sink at their face kind of tactic here, and we are going back. Firmino gets one back within minutes of switching. Maybe that's what it was. They've become accustomed to that 4-2-4. They've done their homework, and we've been playing it a lot recently. Now that we've switched into this 4-2-3-1, maybe they're going to be guessing a little bit more, and they won't be able to deal with the intensity that we deliver with this. That's my hope anyway. Encourage the team again. We're half an hour gone. It's 2-1, and we've had more highlights than we did in the entire last 3 games, I think, which is just crazy. They really want it, though, don't they? Fair play. They deserve it as well at the moment. Ball into Grant. Good save from Livakovic. He looked offside, and the referee agrees. But West Brom really, really want this. We've got another highlight. This is madness. Willock. Into Styles. He's not going to go for goal from this, surely. Well, he's thinking about it. He's trying to get the angle, and it's wide. Well, that was... I mean, it's all right. Was it really highlight-worthy? We're on key highlights, by the way. They have had a far better XG than us. We just do not seem likely to score at the moment. We've been lucky in the goal that we've had, and that is half-time. What a terrible half of football. We have a highlight. We are 54 minutes into this game. Sergej Milinkovic-Savic is on for Brozovic. Here's João Cancelo powering forward. There's Rafinha, plays it out wide to Javi Gallen. Good ball in. Yeah, it's pinging around, and Shaqiri really should have put that in. There's absolutely no excuse for him not to score there. You could argue good defending, but he really should have just scored. A bit frustrating. We've started the second half much better, but we're not really doing enough for my liking. Zaniolo looks like he needs to come off, which is his problem, not mine. Javi Gallen with a throw. Zaniolo. Here's Nianzou. That's a good ball, and why? I mean, it was decent enough just to bring it down, wait for overlap, and then play it out wide. But there we are. Shaqiri to Bellingham. Good. Well, he's offside. He's like 16 miles offside. Yeah, I know he'll score, but he's offside. So that's not going to count. Referee agrees. Linesman's flag is up, and anyone with half an eye could have told you that. The front three. Front four minus Shaqiri. So those 3, they are knackered. Do you know what? Right, even though they're all dead, and we have Southampton in the league next, which is slightly more important to me than the cup, I am very tempted to leave them on, take Gallen off, and bring Borna Barisic on. And it is a... Can Gallen play anywhere else? No, it's a big brain move. It really is. It's risky because we obviously run the risk of injury and the fact that I'm bringing a left back on when we need a goal. I'm aware of that. I am fully aware. I'm going to play him further forward as well because, at this stage, what have we got to lose? Is he going to get sent off again? Oh, are you mad? Oh, Zaniolo, mate, what is wrong with you? Why do you have to be the way you are? Zaniolo has been sent off for the 2nd time this season. No, I've not had a red card, to my knowledge, in the entire save. Zaniolo, 2 in 1 season. In fact, 2 in 3 weeks. He's only just come back. Game's telling me to go defensive. Don't see that happening. So we've lost 2-1. A couple of awards to talk about. We have had 2 players named in Team of the Year. Not the Premier League Team of the Year or anything. The actual Team of the Year. Nianzou, one of the centre-backs. Milinkovic-Savic in the centre of midfield. Which is, I think, more down to his time at Lazio than it was with us. But still, he's made it there. I'm very surprised actually he's made it there, but he has. Diaz, who hasn't really had that much in the way of football this season because of the introduction of Curtis Jones and Shaqiri, but he was named Golden Boy, European Golden Boy, so he's obviously tipped to be one of the best players for the future. You can kind of understand why, really. I mean, he is improving. His training, right, is outrageous. Every single week when I get my training report, he is the top player, the top performing player in training. I praise every single player that finishes top every week. And it's more or less always Ignacio Diaz. Sometimes it's De Ligt, but most of the time it's Diaz. The other thing to note is, right, so we signed this guy, and I didn't tell you about it because I haven't got a work permit for him. So I loaned him back to his team. He is fantastic, but I don't think he's ever going to get to play for us because I just cannot get him a work permit. So he was named Asian Football Player of the Year, which does give you some indication as to how good he is because he's just beaten Heung-min Son, as well as a whole host of other players who are in that category, of course. But Radwan Kassab, he is pretty damn decent for a 19-year-old. He's worth between 72 and 85 million, according to my team, and he cost 1.3 million. that is fantastic business. The problem I'm having, like I said, is I cannot get him a work permit. So I've had to loan him back to his previous club just so that he can play football. He gets called up to the Syrian national side every time there's international football. He scores at least 1 goal every single international break. He's just in his league form, 18 goals in 22 games with 5 assists. He's only 19. I don't know if it's ever going to work because I can't get him a work permit, so I can't actually bring him to England. So I've never really understood the whole work permit thing. You know, if you've got a guy or a kid or whoever who has a job secured by a professional football team who are willing to pay him initially £6,500 a week. Now that's going to rise because he actually wanted a lot of money. I managed to negotiate 6.5, but it goes up to 30k after he plays like 5 games for us. So if you have someone who is going to be living in England with a job earning £30,000 a week, before tax, obviously, why would you not give him a work permit? Like, you are going to be getting money off this guy. You know, they get taxed, 50% of their wage above 100,000 a year. So it's a lot of money. He's going to be paying a lot of money in tax. That's why a lot of people don't like coming to the Premier League, because our tax is so high. But the government will be making an absolute fortune just from this one player. And with how good he is, it's not going to be long before he either makes a transfer away from the club or he gets a contract worth in excess of £100,000 a week. So I really don't understand the logic behind not granting him a work permit. There probably is a little bit more in the background that I don't quite understand, but that is really frustrating. Salah picks up the African Footballer of the Year. Probably not for the first time. Paul Onuachu comes second with 31 goals in I don't know how many appearances, but good to see that he's still performing. Mendy finished third. Mbappe wins French Player of the Year. Diaz dedicates the award to me. Thanks, mate. I taught him everything he knows. I don't know. And we have this guy coming back. Yuri Ferreira. I signed him in the summer. I loaned him back for the remainder of the season of the team that he came from, which was Fluminense. This season has now finished, so he is going to come back to us. Is he good enough to go into... Oh, they've been playing him left wing. It's crossing as 5. I don't think I'll ever be playing him at left wing. But I did it because, again, 18 years of age. How much did he cost? I think it was a little bit more. 9.5 million. I actually went a little bit all in on this one because it was more or less all the money we had at the time. But he looked a little bit too good to turn him down. He's got some good determination, great passing, but everything was sort of where it needed to be. I don't know if I told you about him, but we have him back now, so he is eligible to play because he's under 21 as well. We don't need to register him. He can go and play first team football. And I've just noticed as well, he's got 13 tackling. It's not ideal because he's not quite good enough, but at the same time, Brozovic is going in about 10 hours. He's leaving for Benfica. Yuri Ferreira has just come back. He needs some football. We need a player who can tackle and pass. This could be perfect. He's not anywhere near as good as Brozovic, but he will be in the future, and we might as well just use him as a bit part player for now and not actually go and spend any money, mainly because we don't have any. But yeah, I think that could be a plan. That could be a plan. So I never normally do this, but I might do. I don't think we've got anything to lose, really. So the current vision of the club is to qualify for the Champions League, which makes perfect sense. They're asking, would I like to change the target, if you will, to either make a title challenge, which is exactly what we're doing, or maybe even guarantee that we're going to win it. Now, I can't do that, because if that was the case, then I would be doing the lottery, right? So, because they changed the budgets, right? You might be thinking, well, why would I ever want to do this? We have 8 million as a transfer budget, with a wage budget of just over 4 million, and we are currently spending just shy of 4 million. We are about to lose the wage of Brozovic, which is 90 grand a week, but that, I mean, it frees up a little bit, but look how much, ignore this goes up to 10 million when we skip into title challenge. Look how much this changes, this wage budget changes when we hit this. It gives us an extra 600 and something. Well, maybe not quite 600, but it gives us roughly 600,000. I think it's like, what was it, 570 a week. That's a hell of a lot of money. Like an unbelievable amount of money. If we put that back into the transfer budget, or at least half of it back into the transfer budget, with the wage that we're going to lose from Brozovic as well, and the money that we're going to get from the Brozovic sale, all of a sudden we have quite a lot of money to spend in January. Do we need it? Probably not. But if there's something available, then we could go for it. I'm going to change the vision and the expectation to title challenge. We're already doing it. We've already achieved it, in my opinion. So let's confirm. Premier League transfer window is now open. Apparently, Javi Gallen could go to Manchester United for 58 million. First I've heard of it, mate. Rumours of a possible 58 million move to Old Trafford. I won't lie to you. If anyone comes in, I don't care who you are. If Liverpool come in and they want Javi Gallen for 58 million, yes, you can have him. I like him. He's a very good player. And he's a really good replacement for Barisic. But 58 million, I mean, take him. If you're willing to pay it, I'm all ears. So obviously my initial plan was to show you the Southampton game as well, but if I do that, it's going to run on for ages. I might do the odd episode here or there where we only have one game, especially one like the West Brom game where maybe something didn't go according to plan. We had to try a lot more things, and yeah, it didn't really work. Lost 2-1, but we beat Southampton in the league 3-0. If we were going to lose a game anyway, I would have picked the Carabao. I want to win the FA Cup. I'm going to throw everything I have at that. That hasn't started yet. Obviously, we'd like to try and retain the Champions League, which is going to be a mammoth task. But the biggest thing on the agenda is the league. That we cannot afford any slip-ups, despite Watford and Newcastle in the same month. Oh, I'm so annoyed that we've dropped points there. The biggest annoyance for me was losing to Man United. Just no highlight. Anyway, next time when we come back, Man City, Liverpool. So we're not going to go far. I'm literally going to play 3 games and then be back for Man City, Liverpool. Those are 2 very, very big games. Spurs are not the team they once were. Of course, they're in 18th. They will probably pick it up against us, and they will turn into Spurs that we know in real life. Sort of a challenging for Europa, whatever it may be. But Man City, good team. Liverpool on our heels. That's where we come back probably tomorrow. If you have enjoyed that, do me a favour and hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and until the next time, goodbye.